Change. Everything's changing. I noticed yesterday, I observed I went on a bit of a journey. Had to come and find this hotel, and I've travelled in a similar way many times before, as in destination in mind, set out, you know. Yesterday there were many moments where the journey could have gone wrong, you know, relying on other people's perspective to either assist me or stop me in my tracks, you know, or things like feeling the temptation to stress about the fact that my battery could run out when I'm just sort of in between. Because Edinburgh's a massive place and I don't really know it at all. All of that stuff. Even to the point where I used the free day ticket that I had yesterday to go out and just explore a little bit, but it wasn't valid for the bus that I was on. So I could have been left stranded miles and miles away. I didn't have my phone with me, I left it charging. And this driver of that particular bus was not in a very good mood at all. I could tell the way he was speaking to the passengers that got on. And he actually tried to make me get off the bus at one point because, I don't know, he thought I was trying to pull a fast one. But he let me stay on. And instead of saying to him, "Brother, why are you so angry?" I just said, "Thank you for your kindness. God bless you." And I got off the bus. But the real change for me is groundedness. Whatever comes next, you know, I've got my own space in this hotel, which is temporary, and then I've been told that the waiting list for council housing is about 2.5 years. But I've been assured that I will still be placed in a temporary flat or something, so really it's no different. Or I'll be in a hotel forever. And not forever, but the point is to be in a space where I can allow fully, once and for all, the gravity, the weight, the reality of the experiences I've been through, to be present and to sit with it, and to not be looking over my shoulder, to not be unconsciously expecting and manifesting a reason to move again. That's what it's been like. Even getting deep into the process and being offered my own space in certain parts of the country, in England, I've still just had to move on because the help was not what I needed. But now I'm strong enough to create the space, to allow the space regardless of the circumstances, and I am stubbornly, point blank, refusing to move again. I love my legs for how they've carried me. And now I sit, and I was aware yesterday of the impact of the last year when I was telling my story, when the lady at the council asked me, basically, what are you doing here? Why are you here? As I was telling her, and I spoke the sentence, I have no support network in Birmingham, and I stuttered. My nervous system malfunctioned during the speaking of those words. And it's like, yeah, because that's not just a plain old boring sentence. That means everything, right? Birmingham is what I knew. It was the life that I lived. And to just be able to acknowledge that. And trust that the emotions that are there are not wrong. Let's get it straight. If we could all choose full joy all the time, then we would. So we build up the momentum of happiness. And we don't want anything to get in the way of that. But the joy you can experience is only relative to the soul-crushing anguish that you are open to experiencing, not as a lifestyle, not as a daily routine. But if it's there, then it's there until it's not there. I love humans. I love my family. There is nothing left that I can do for my family other than what I have been doing, what I intend to do, because it's always been for them as well as me. My life is a dedication. I am a living sacrifice to all of creation. There is a bit of discord, dissonance between my heart and my nervous system, because my nervous system, my neurology, my psychology is just a dossier. It's just a collection of information. And I know love conquers all. It's the most potent, powerful force in creation. But, of course, there's going to be dissonance when my awareness of love and my experience of what people are calling love, what they offer, is massively different. So, abandonment, rejection, hate, spite, cruelty, all of it leaves a mark. But I know how to heal from all of it. By being love for myself, the love that I demand and receive from myself for myself is solid. So solid. I got emotional on the bus yesterday. Just contemplating where I'm at in life. Knowing, come what may, I can't be bought or sold. Knowing that it's free for me to trust the flow of life, because I can't be swayed by money, fame, validation, sex. There is nothing that could tempt me into stepping off the narrow path. Not fear of death or hunger, not lack of shelter. I could live in a tree. So it really bodes well. Really, it's a good omen. To know what's what in this world. Even though, on one level, nothing really matters, nothing really means anything. I move to the rhythm of love, to the sound of my own drum, my own voice. I command my life to be what, how I anticipate it to be. And I see nothing but love. It is written. There's so many beautiful people in my life, in my circle, giving me strength, courage and motivation. And that's not to discredit myself, because they are me, I am they. I'm also all of the people that have ever cast me aside, or watched me on fire and refused to even spit on me. Because I'd rather be bathing in fire than other people's saliva. Something massive has shifted. And it's not just me. On a collective level, my nervous system is finally safe. I don't know how life is going to open up. Not the words, I don't know the scope of the magic that is about to trickle, gush, pour into my life. But I feel it very deeply, very strongly. I'm so grateful. I'm here for all of it. Airplane. Yeah. So, I'm a traveller. I'm a pilgrim. And my travelling is not done yet. The main difference is that now I travel by choice rather than necessity, rather than emergency. So if I can travel by choice, I can also sit by choice. And that's what it's always been about for me. Choice. We all deserve to have choice in this life. And it's not that we're not given choice, it's just subtly implied that there is no choice. That's your lot. Like it. Or, well, if you don't like it, not only do you have no choice, but you're also in a terrible mood. We have the power to change anything. And the means to change might not necessarily be immediately available or apparent, but the way appears. Transformation means changing shape. And we are, by rights, shapeshifters. You can be who you want to be. You've heard that. Today, I might not even go outside. I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere anyway, just next to a massive road on an industrial estate. And I've got books. Here's to family. To fully comprehending the meaning of the word. To recognizing that we are all one family. Worldwide, we are one unit. To fully, finally seeing the parameters of the division. And where we might go around grouping people off, you know, God and not God, preferable, not preferable, liked, disregarded, or intensely disliked. See, when we idolize another human being, we open up the space for another human to be the polar opposite to that in the world. And it's tempting to just want to collect my tribe, and then, we'll all just use our collective manifestational magic to go and live in our world, in the mountains or in the forest, and ignore the world. But how is anybody else ever going to catch a wave of our conscious awareness? The information that we have that even silently improves others. If we will just hide away with our favourites. Well, it's not, is it? And that's not the point. We're supposed to live out loud, out there, wherever we are. Because the secret is that we live in here, and it's a travelling roadshow. I've been among the number of the disregarded. I sat camouflaged on too many pavements, in too many locations, being invisible, feeling invisible. So now it's time for me to be seen. And don't get me wrong, I know my presence is felt. I know people do see me. Sometimes it goes the opposite way. They see me too much, they look at me too much, they stare a little too long. And this is not on. I don't want to be held in that high regard like that, because it's not true. We are all medium, average, but we are all spectacular, magnificent creatures, and we are all nothing. We are all pointless and insignificant in the grand scheme of things, the bigger picture, right? Infinitely important and not remotely significant. That's everyone. Yeah, sure, we can acknowledge that some people wear it well. They have done X amount of work, self-work. They have become a confident, shining example of what it means to know yourself. And there are others who haven't got the faintest idea about self-awareness. But God is in everything. And I'm just here to make sweet music and to enjoy the music of others. This year is the year of the awareness of the symphony. And so we're coming together now, blending, merging, one by one and 10 by 10, 2 by 2, crucially, the arc. So much love is accessible right now. It's not like the levels of love available have ever varied. Love is eternal, fixed, constant, omnipresent. But our hearts, which are the instruments for receiving, offering love, are remembering their intelligence. After having spat out anything which was leaving a bitter taste in the mouth of the heart, there was a lot. There was a lot. Well, it had to be like that. It had to be like that. How are you ever going to change your diet unless your teeth fall out? Something like that, metaphorically, you know? Just very, very grateful. And nothing can take that gratitude away. Because in hindsight, over the years, I've tried to figure out a way that I could just not be here. Life and death helped that process, squeezed me, pushed me closer to the edge, until I learned that there is no edge that can contain me, and I would happily swallow dive into whatever comes to grace in my path, whatever experience, no resistance. Which bodes well because there is no residual karma. It's played out. Which means the only lessons I'm about to be learning are about how wide, how deep the presence of my heart can be. To learn through playfulness and joy, that is reclaiming my childhood. It's starting my childhood again. With fresh eyes, with no obstructions, with no system of oppression and control and indoctrination trying to frame the way that I grow up, how I rise to maturity. I am free to be a child in this world, and that is due, that is owed to every single child. You never see a 3-month-old lion cub being told, oh, well, all the elder ladies are sick today, so you've got to go and do the hunting. Little Simba. No, doesn't work like that, does it? The children of the human race were adulterated, that is, forced to grow up, while simultaneously their development was arrested in so many ways. So we just played grown up. We were just tiny humans running around in adult-sized costumes, doing the thing, right? Surviving, having a job, being in connection with people, bonding through loneliness, and then viciously biting each other's fingers off. No more. The playing field is level. Because we are stewards, we are guardians of this realm, of this earth, which is a living organism. And that means that all the children belong to us. So we have a responsibility to raise them correctly. And children learn by watching. We should not be telling children anything about anything, because human reason, human understanding, in the Bible it talks about do not lean on your own understanding. That means human logic. Because we've been infected with that. Traditionalism, which is just peer pressure from dead people, how they did it just gets passed down to us because nobody has anything else or any other answers. I don't know. This is just it's just how I've been doing it, you know? So children learn through observing how we are. So that is our duty, to be who we are, unhindered. And that's really simple. Once the overlay of difficulty has been removed, which is our ego and how ego thinks life should look for us, it's not about a 5-year plan written on a piece of paper. It's about following your heart, the true intelligence of your heart, you know, that's directly tuned into your soul and what God would want for you.